Part 2, Chapter 10. Julie and Winston wake up and he looks at the clock and he thinks it says 8:30 in the evening. Remember, the clock only has the 12 numbers on it, so he thinks it says evening. The coffee pot was burned out and all the water was cold, as if they'd been sleeping a really long time. Winston hears the women singing outside and calls her beautiful. Winston realizes that there are people like her everywhere and realizes the conclusion of Goldstein's book is that the future belongs to the proles. Realizing that he and Julia will never have kids, he realizes only the proles will exist everywhere and forever. He thinks, we are the dead, theirs is the future. He says out loud, we are the dead. Julia repeats, we are the dead, and then out of nowhere, a voice behind them says, you are the dead. Behind the painting that was hanging in the room of the church, a voice keeps repeating, you are the dead. The picture tells them to freeze until they're ordered, and at that same moment the painting falls off the wall and there was a telescreen behind the painting the entire time. The telescreen makes them stand back to back with their hands on their heads, and they do this, or as they do this, they hear boots storming up the stairs, out on the patio. The woman who was singing, it suddenly stops and they hear her washing bin getting kicked over. They break the window in the room with a ladder, and the thought police march in through the door and some come in through the window. There's a real big one with a truncheon, like a nightstick or a club, right in front of Winston. Someone throws and breaks the coral paperweight, and Winston sees the little piece of coral flopping around on the floor. Someone kicks Winston behind the leg, and he falls to the floor, and another punches Julia right in the chest. And as she's keeled over out of air, two men pick her up and carry her out. As he sees the clock and the sun, he realizes they slept all the way till 8:30 in the morning. All of a sudden, Mr. Carrington walks in, except his hair is black now and he looks a lot younger. It turns out Mr. Carrington was a member of the Thought Police.